So lunch idea number 1 is pepperoni pizza egg bites, and it's from the Slim and Eats website again. Now this one you need 9 eggs, 1 small onion, a pinch of Italian mixed herbs, 90 grams of cheddar, 12 slices of pepperoni. I'm using this one from Tesco, which is half a cent per slice, some cooking oil spray, some fresh chopped parsley, salt and pepper. And for the pizza sauce, which is in here, I've got 3/4 of a cup of crushed tomatoes or passata. I'm using passata, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, half a tablespoon of maple syrup. I've left that out, I don't think it needs it. A pinch of dried basil, I've used fresh, a pinch of dried oregano, 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder and 1/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder. You add the onion and pinch of mixed Italian herbs and fry for 5 minutes until softened and lightly golden. Remove from the heat and set aside. You preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. Whisk 9 eggs with a pinch of salt and black pepper. Fold the cooked onion into the egg mixture. I've used little silicone moulds for this. Spoon the mixture into there, bake it for 15 minutes. Now I put all the rest of the ingredients in this bowl here so that it was ready for when they come out of the oven. Then I'm going to spoon half a teaspoon of the tomato mixture on the top of each bite, top it with some cheddar cheese and 1 slice of pepperoni, and I'll show you them when they come out of the oven. I've got great hopes for these. I think these will make a lovely lunch idea, and I'm going to freeze some as well. So that's them ready to go back in the oven. I actually used about a teaspoon of the tomato puree mixture in there because there was loads of mixture, so I've added that all to there. I did have a taste of the pepperoni and it's quite spicy, that one, which I think will make it even nicer. So they're going to go back in the oven for about 10 minutes and we'll check on them, make sure that they're fully cooked, and that's what I'll be taking to work tomorrow, and I'll show you them when they're out the oven. So here they are out of the oven. They've had exactly 10 minutes. Don't they look amazing? I'm really going to look forward to those tomorrow with a salad. So that's meal idea number 1. I will put the link for the recipe, because it's a Slim and Eats recipe, down in the comments box below, in the description box I should say. But I really think these will be really nice and a nice change for crustless quiche. I think these will be really nice. I think they look kind of a bit like a pizza, so looking forward to trying these. So that's meal idea number 1. The next lunch idea is slow cooker curry, vegetable curry, and in this I used 1 large onion, half a tub of mushrooms, some broccoli florets, and I also used a bag of vegetable and lentil soup mix from Marks and Spencer's, including the lentils that were in there. For spices I used 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of onion salt, 1 teaspoon of ground coriander, 1 teaspoon of ground cumin and 2 tablespoons of medium tikka curry powder. You need to remember to sin anything you do use in yours. In the Italian passata I used a whole tub and a can of chopped tomatoes as well. I added everything to the pan and then took out the lentil sachet and added that as well. I also added 2 teaspoons of garlic puree to mine as well, and 4 garlic cloves. So I gave it a good stir and then I put it on a high for, I think it was between 4 and 5 hours, but you just need to make sure that your vegetables are tender at the end of the cooking. So that's when I popped onto high and I cooked it until nearly bedtime so that it was ready for the next day. So I let mine cool and then I bagged it up ready for the freezer. So I'll keep one out for tomorrow and the rest I'll pop into the freezer for another day. So that's 5 portions for lunches. The next recipe is bean soup. So for this recipe I've got everything out ready here. So I used 2 large onions chopped up, 4 garlic cloves all chopped up there as well, 1 tub of passata, a tin of button mushrooms, a tin of green lentils, a tin of Borlotti beans and a tin of Haricot beans as well. And then for spices I used 1 teaspoon of oregano and 1 teaspoon of onion salt. Now for this recipe I used 3 vegetable stock cubes. Did 1 pint of boiling water to the stock cubes. So I added the stock to that and I cooked it for just over an hour. So in total it made 5 portions. So again, all ready to go in the freezer so that I have some meals for the week ahead. And I just take out what I want each day the night before, and it's really simple. Meal idea to take to work is butternut squash soup. This is the recipe here and it's really straightforward. I've got butternut squash that was in the cupboard needing use. So it asks for low calorie cooking spray, 1 onion diced, 1 medium butternut squash, peeled, de-seeded and cut into wedges, 1 small potato peeled and quartered, 2 garlic cloves peeled and crushed, 900 ml of vegetable stock and a few thyme sprigs to serve, which I'll not be bothering with that part because it's for work, so I don't need to take anything with me. Now I'm going to make mine in my soup maker. Now this is a very small soup maker. It's the Morphy Richards Soup Maker Compact. So it does ask for 900 ml of stock, but I'm just going to put 800 ml in so that I don't go over the 1,000 ml of liquid and vegetables that I can put into there. So I've got everything here. So I've got my butternut squash, my potato, my onions, my garlic cloves and my stock cubes. So I'm going to dissolve my stock cubes into the water there, the boiling water, and chop everything else up and just throw it into my soup maker.
About to leave, already packing, come with me, I'm not really asking, we'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions, we'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow, we can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out.
So that's everything in the soup maker. I've added some salt and pepper as well, and I'm going to put it onto the smooth setting, and that will be 19 minutes. So I'm just going to let that cook away, and that'll be my next lunch idea. I'll show you it when it's ready. So that's the soup out of the soup maker. So that's 3 portions for the week ahead. I might put some in the freezer so that I can have it next week as well.
Eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche.
So here is the final meal idea to take to work or to have for lunches. It's deviled chicken drumsticks. It's from the Slimming World Recipes online, and for this you need 8 large chicken drumsticks, visible fat and skin removed, So I've got these chicken drumsticks here, so I'll remove all the fat and the skin from those. Then you need some lime wedges to serve, which I won't be bothering with that for work. And for the marinade you need 2 garlic cloves, 2 green chillies, de-seeded and finely chopped, 1 teaspoon of ground ginger, 6 tablespoons of tomato puree, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce or tamari, and 100 grams of fat-free natural yogurt. Now for mine, I don't have any chilies, so I'm going to use some crushed hot chilies there instead. And I've also not got any ginger either, so I'm just using some of this spice puree, which you do have to send for that, which I think it's 1.5 sins per teaspoon for that. And then I've got my dark soy sauce, my tomato puree and my Coleman's mustard. So I've got everything in here, and I'm just going to add the natural yogurt, the 100 grams of natural yogurt. I'm going to add it all to the bowl, pop the chicken in, and I'll show you when it's on the tray ready to go in. So that's them all ready to go in the oven, so I'm going to put them in the oven for a good half an hour until they're cooked through, and I'll show you them when they're out the oven ready.
With me.
I hope you've enjoyed this 5 healthy lunch ideas to take to work. If you have, please give it a like, and if you haven't already subscribed, it would be great if you can. It's free to do so. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye!